Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Senator Rand Paul and constitutionally protected speech and senators who need a remedial civics lesson. Okay, so if you don't know, Rand Paul won't be watching this video. He's having to take a break from YouTube for 7 days because he actively attempted to undermine the public health effort in the United States. I mean, that's not why YouTube suspended him. They suspended him over medical misinformation or something like that. When this happened, he, of course, went crying to the press. Cancel culture and whatnot, right? He said, YouTube now thinks they are smart enough and godly enough that they can oversee speech, even constitutionally protected speech. Okay, have a seat, Senator. Take out your social studies book and flip to the back where the copy of the Constitution is and read with me, starting at the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That first line, Congress shall make no law. Congress. The intent of the First Amendment is to protect the people from Congress. That's you, Senator. You're Congress. I know it's confusing. It's not designed to protect Congress from the people. The argument that a lot of politicians are currently making, that they are being censored and it's against their First Amendment rights or whatever, it's not accurate. When you slap senator on something and you use the power of your office to put out a message and you want to force people to carry it, that violates the intent of the First Amendment. Doesn't violate the letter of it, though, because you didn't create a law. You didn't make it a provision, right? But that pressure that's coming from your office is certainly against what the founders intended. Okay. So, moving on from this, let's just take a quick moment to pretend for a second that what he said about masks being ineffective is true. It's not, to be super clear on this. There are reams upon reams of peer-reviewed studies that show that they are, okay? But let's pretend for a second that they are. Then what's the only tool left in the toolbox to manage the public health issue in the United States? Mandatory vaccines and vaccine passports. You okay with that? Small government senator? Libertarian leaning? Is that cool with you? So eager to get a soundbite that you're undermining your own stated beliefs. But that's the thing. They're just stated beliefs. It's a brand. And the problem is that a lot of these politicians have fallen to the point that they believe their own propaganda. Senator Paul, you are the establishment. You're not anti-establishment. You're not anti-government. You are the establishment. You're part of a political dynasty. Stop pretending that you're some kind of dissident, that you are persecuted. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but with all of your anti-government rhetoric, I would like to point out you are quite literally the government. The persecution complex that is developing among Republicans who are finally being called out on their lies is amazing. There is no debate over whether or not masks work. They do. Different types work to different degrees. An N95 is better than a cloth mask. There's stuff like that. There's room for discussion, but the idea that they don't work, that's just garbage. And yeah, it is harmful to the efforts to mitigate the surging public health crisis in the United States. And it also shows yet again that many of those who pretend to champion the Constitution don't really want it applied. YouTube is a private entity. An attempt to force them to carry a message from the government, that's you, Senator Paul, that's a violation of the First Amendment. The whole idea was so the government couldn't make people say what they wanted. That's the intent. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.